Many people seem overly confident these days, especially the newer hires.
Overconfident in what way?
Do you think you could actually handle it under the same immense pressure?
You make a good point.
A lot of people are way too confident in themselves without really proving it yet. Let me break it down for you. That overconfident attitude, it doesn't come from some brainwashing or anything like that. If it did, everyone who took history classes in school would be wildly successful professionals by now, right?
You make a good point. I see what you mean. I guess studying the past doesn't automatically make you confident about the future.
Exactly. You might be wondering why I mentioned everyone studying history. Well, there are different types of students. Those who study just to pass exams, those who study to truly understand decision-making and improve their lives, and those who just skate by without applying themselves. But you can't say the ones who didn't study hard won't be successful. If they had really formative experiences growing up, they can still work their way up later.
People often say childhood experiences are only good in your neighborhood.
But the experiences from your neighborhood can help you grow, like learning to box and then aiming for the Olympics.
The Olympics? How could I ever do that?
Your life is already on the move. It has to keep going as long as you're alive. Remember, everyone has 24 hours in a day. Everyone knows it, but not everyone does something with it. A lot of your competition is already gone. It's not as scary if you actually get things done.
Is there more to it?
Definitely. Like wasting time thinking about haters or spending hours on video games.
How do you indulge yourself? Just be happy every day, right?
It's not just about that. For example, feeling down because someone dissed you, wasting time on games, or making decisions based on feelings and then struggling. I'm not saying you can't find happiness by enjoying yourself, but you need to stay aware and not let it mess with your other time. You gotta stay sharp and think about this. If you let time slip away, you'll face the consequences. Everyone has to carry their load in life, so you need to live in a way you can handle long term.
How good does life need to be?
There are 2 rules. You should be better in 3 years, and in 5 years, you should be even better than before. What you do should have the power to change many lives long term. Most mistakes happen because you either don't realize some people are trying to mislead you, or you're listening to advice from people who don't actually know how to navigate life successfully themselves.
Doesn't the future have no gravity?
If there was no gravity, we'd all be floating around like in space. But seriously, thinking there's no gravity means there's no limitations, right? Wrong. Some things are just out of reach, no matter how hard you try. Be real with yourself about what's possible and what isn't. Focus on what you can control and get help for the rest. That's the real power of teamwork. Ever notice how failing happens when people break promises or waste time? So don't spend your time with negative influences or pointless activities. Take those lessons and apply them to real life. Start small and practical. When the economy goes south or when a pandemic hits, watch how people who bounce back manage their lives. Learn quickly from them. Keep an eye on distractions and cut them out of your life like tearing off a burning shirt.
Sounds tough, huh?
Yeah, but adapting and learning the key steps to turn your life around is worth it. It'll make your financial situation better too. And as I've said before, don't get caught up in fake solutions. When you realize you're on the wrong path, trying to change can be really tough. So be smart about where you put your time and energy.